So today I woke up at close to 193 pounds. Now at I've been seeing steady weight gain, and it's a very beautiful sign. And I know that I'm definitely in a bulked state now. I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel a little bit heavier too, because the first 20 days I wasn't really feeling in a bulk state, but now I'm starting to. Okay. All right. So guys, yesterday was full arm day. Normally, you guys know that I like to eat as much as possible before getting my workouts in. That's why I like to work out later on in the day, because my logic is the more food in me, the better my pump will be, the more I can get out of the workout, and the more energy I'll have. And it's all positive benefits. I will be fully hydrated with all the electrolytes going around my body, and I will be carved up, like I said. So that's normally what I like to do, but sometimes my schedule does not always align with that. And that's when I have to make certain adjustments, and that's okay, because not every day is going to fall into how I want it to. It's not going to be the same exact schedule and routine every day. That's where I come in and I make the necessary adjustments, because yesterday, for example, I was working all day long. Okay, I was working all day long, and let's just say I couldn't go to the gym after work because it would have been too late. So that little gym that you guys always see in about half of my weekly split, because you guys see me in this little gym a lot, that's actually the gym at my job. So I could not work out later on in the day because I was so busy at work. So I had to work out after my first meal. I worked out at about 1:00 p.m. I only had 1,300 calories in me. No, I think even less. I think maybe 1,150 or 1,200. And normally I never do that. But it was either that I was going to work out earlier without as much food in me, without many carbs in me, or I would have had to sacrifice my sleep last night and go after work. And I just chose, okay, I could still have a good workout even though I did not eat as much as I would like and have as much energy as I would like. But I ended up working out earlier in the day, and little adjustments are going to have to be made all the time with my schedule, with my diet, if I can bring food or if I can't. Sometimes I have to go to Chipotle and I have to figure out the calories in my head. That's where all of the practice of the habit and the routine comes in, because now I know how to make necessary adjustments and where to look and what to do. Yesterday, full arm day, full bicep and tricep superset. And I started at where I usually do for triceps, at the push down. I started with the straight bar for the push down, and I tried to go really heavy, even heavier than my PR I got a few arm days ago that you guys saw in the video. I tried to go really heavy, but I wasn't able to get as many. Now, that's where the low amount of energy comes in. Energy meaning food, because food is energy. I feel if I had more food in me yesterday, it would have even been a better workout, and I would have been able to lift even more. But I wasn't able to. What am I going to do, So I was only able to get 5 or 6 for these first 2 sets. I kept the weight the same. I kept it heavy for the first 2 sets of the triceps. And then I also went really heavy for bicep curls. For bicep curls, I feel that I also could have gotten some more reps if I was fully fed and fully hydrated, because also I wasn't able to have that much liquid in me. I was doing about 115 on the curls, a 25 and a 10 on the barbell. And I was only getting about 6 or 7 reps, but I kept those sets to low volume in terms of reps, because I do want to change it up sometimes. Like I say, sometimes I want to work out more strength based in the hypertrophy range, or sometimes I do opposite, where it's more reps, more volume, and I go not as heavy, or I do a lot of drop sets, either or. But so yesterday I kept the first 2 sets low volume, heavy but intense weight. Tricep push downs, I kept the straight bar for a few more sets, but I just started lowering the weight a little bit. And at that point, I was getting about 8 or 9 reps, and then I started including some drop sets. For the bicep curls, I actually stayed at that heavy weight 1 more set, but I just did a pause where I was only doing 5 reps. I took about 10 seconds and went right back into it. And then at that point, I started lowering the weight on the bicep curls. But at one point, I remember switching the straight bar to the V bar. So I think my 4th set in, I just tried the different handle, and I went at even a lighter weight where I was able to get 10 or 12 reps. And then I went to my superset with the bicep curls. Now, once my elbows were fully warmed up, at this point, I was fully warmed up my elbows in terms of pressing and for triceps, you know. So then I went into French press. I love doing the French press like this. What I do, you will see in the clip, is I bring the bar to my nose, to right at the top of my nose, and then go straight out. And then, yeah, that's my style of French press. Normally, people might think, since I'm going to French press, I might make that my first movement so I can go as heavy as possible. But no, that's not the case, because I actually feel way better in the French press when I do tricep pushdowns first to get my elbows warmed up. And that's not to say that I can't warm up into French press a different way, maybe do like a lot of light reps for French press, but I just like it how I do it, like this. So I went on my normal French pressing weight, and I was getting about 8 or 9. I was pre-fatigued at this point. And then what I would do was I would superset it with hammer curls on ropes with the cables. Guys, I used to do these a lot when I first started working out, and these are what really exploded my arms. I would do hammer curls on the cable and incline curls on a bench. I've showed you guys those before, but with the hammer curls, I was getting a good hypertrophy range. I was getting higher reps. I was getting about 12 to 15, and I thought it was a little bit too light, so I ended up hiring the weight there. And with this superset back and forth with French press to hammer curls, I stayed there for, I think, 3 sets. So far, that would make me 7 sets deep, okay? And once I felt I was good on the French press, because at one point I was only getting, I think for the last set, I was only able to get 6. So I just stopped it there. I called it. My triceps really cooked at this point. And I went back to tricep pushdowns with the V-bar, but at a much lighter weight. And what I would do, I would actually superset it with rope tricep extensions, okay? I would superset it to just finish off my triceps, get that good burn, because with the pushdowns, I wasn't even going heavy. I was going at a range where I was able to get above 10. And at that point, to get above 10, that's pretty light because I was very fatigued, my triceps. And then I continued to superset it with hammer curls, I think for 2 more sets. Now, with these tricep pushdown superset with the rope extensions, I ended up doing that combo for 4 sets. But with the biceps, I stopped doing the hammer curls and I switched over to straight bar curls on the cable. And I just wanted to finish my biceps off there. I actually did it in a different way this time. I actually was leaning my arms forward like this, not because normally I like to lean on my body, but this time I was leaning my arms forward like this, letting them kind of hang in front of my body and curl like that. And I was feeling it in a different way. I might incorporate those more and make a video on more towards that next arm day so I can show you guys, because I felt it in a much different way. But so with that superset back and forth style, that would make me about 11 sets deep for arms. And I just thought my arms were almost fully pumped. I didn't feel that my biceps were fully pumped. And I just finished off with tricep ropes. I went really light, nice squeeze for 2 more sets. And then for biceps, I did the same thing, not heavy with the curl. I did a nice set where I could get a good squeeze at the top. And at that point, I did feel fully pumped. After those sets, I was at 13 sets of biceps and triceps superset. Now that's a pretty good amount of volume for me. That's like the range I like to go, honestly. Like I said, it depends on the day. It depends on how I'm feeling, and all that stuff does take account too. So after that, I went to show you guys my pump. In this pump check, when I looked at it, I felt that I am starting to look a little bit more bulked up, which is not a bad thing. It's just like the fact of bulking. It's just the science of bulking, because you're literally putting on excess fat. It's non-preventable, because if I was doing a main gain, that would be different, because I would be maintaining my weight and trying to put on muscle, but that would take much longer, I feel like, than a bulk. So yeah, but I feel my arms were looking good. Like I said, if I had more food in me and I was more hydrated, it would have been a better pump, but I had to do what I had to do. After that, normally I would do calves and I would do forearms, but with this new split, it actually is very beneficial. So after you guys see this video, in 2 days from when you're seeing this, it will be my off day. And in that off day, I can incorporate everything that I wasn't able to do during my normal days, during my normal split. So like on this off day, I'm going to do calves and a little bit of forearms. And that's also why that this new off day is good in a way, because I can incorporate things that I wasn't able to hit. All in all, guys, great workout. If I had to make a prediction on when I'm raising my calories, okay, guys, if I was a wizard and I was able to tell when I would be able to up my calories, the exact date, I would say 5 days from when you're seeing this video. That's my prediction, okay? That is if I stay at 192 for basically another 5 days, okay? So we're just gonna have to wait and see and keep weighing myself, and I will see you guys in the next video, baby.